on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go. Let's do this. Come on,
ball
set.
Up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, tighten down. Look at me, zipper. Five.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Check, General West.
On 2nd down now. It's Logan, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. I'm here all day. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go. 60 yards. Hey, exit.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the curl.
54.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Ready. 18 Gator.
54 Mike. Here we go.
Now.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Here we go.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Motion.
Let's go.
Jacobs now. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Why?
Topper.
2nd and 5 now. Minshew. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Hey, Zoo.
Right there. 54, right there, 54, Mike. Come on. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Come off the ball hard. Mike's 54.
Looking to throw it. Minshew completes it to Davis. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Haywood. Get it.
On 4th down, Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Check. Watch 54. Record.
5.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Josh Jacobs. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready. Blue 60.
57. I'm scared.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Stafford. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the out. Slam.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got the hook up to Miller. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
We've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Stafford, and it's complete. Henry, and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Stafford on 1st down. He completes this into the hands of Miller. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So they opted to run the ball there on 3rd down on their side of the field.
I wonder if that was a called play, or did he check into it? And if he did, that took a lot of guts because on his own side of the field, an obvious passing down, decides to run the football, and they pick up the first down. Give that man a ton of credit. This one caught by Davis.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 30, 10, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Next to score, Chiefs 10, Ravens 7. Robbie Gould.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are you doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Minshew sets to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Minshew, 1st and 10. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I got him. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
10.
Stafford. And caught by Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Middle. Back, 6-6, pull it high. 40 got.
Again, it's Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more.
It got his man complete. It's a gain of 35.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
54 Mike. Blue Dan, blue Dan.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
Off play action, it's Minshew. It's caught by Davis. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he'll find Hall. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, seam 6.
51's the mic, 51's the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
Check. Get it.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On first down, it's Logan. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, 8, read. General West.
Go. Go.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Check.
Look at me. Door, door.
Watch, watch.
Hey, lock it. Topper, topper. Go.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Here we go.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Ready?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
All right. Let's go, Skinny, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Hit it.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike, 51.
Hey, high 7. Now.
On 4th down, Minshew. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Miller. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, alert 3.
They'll run it again with Miller. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquise Goodwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
Hey, Delta.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
Interception, baby, all day, all day.
These guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game.